welcome to PIR and Bridge City Autosports, BCA's 4th autocross of the year. I think I'm first in points for this club, but I did miss an event. Anyway, got the car out here. I'm on Hoosiers, my first time at PIR on Hoosiers, so we'll see how it goes, but it is a nice sunny day. And yeah, I know, I'm supposed to be going right now, but got the car in the grid really late. Hey look, another yellow Corvette. Anyway, I gotta get in the car, get my mind in the game. It's a pretty complex course. Maybe I'll throw a map here real quick, but a lot of crossovers, a lot of turns, a lot of cones. See if we can make it happen. Hey, I got a new cover for this. Hopefully you can see it better. I got a matte filter for it. But looking at my times, I haven't been doing much video, but that's my last run. It's my second to last. And you see that I was just not aggressive on the start like I should be. Really got to get that sorted out. And then I kind of stayed behind most of the time. So a little more aggression here. I have top time of the day right now, which is good. Also, let's see if my thing, I was having trouble with the audio where, yeah, it's still not recording. So sorry, I guess we're not gonna have audio today. But anyway, I'm currently top time of the day. We have one more group of cars that runs after me. I think I'm like half a second ahead. I don't know, we just gotta see. I'm gonna try really hard in this last run to be quite aggressive, but I think I need to get out there because I'm on rerun. By the time we figured out the microphone wasn't recording, it was a little too late. Tried to fix it, couldn't get it fixed. Anyway, this was actually a pretty fun course. This whole section here, you go around it twice. So you go in here, the first time you go to the right, kind of had to get really hard on the brakes to then get around that corner, coming in fast here. You see the car shaking a lot because that pavement is slippery and uneven, but it doesn't last forever. So coming around this corner, it transitions right there to the next kind of pavement, able to put down a lot more power. Had to get really hard on the braking here to slow down to get this corner just right so that we can get back into the throttle, and this time turn left at this intersection, coming across, taking a lot of speed across that eyebrow, back hard on the brakes again to put the weight on the front tires, then back in the throttle. And this section was almost wide open coming through here, just barely squeaking past that cone, then again hard on the brakes to come around this back section, trying to stay super tight. So that way I was able to get back on the throttle soon for this little straight stretch. Coming around this corner, I was able to get quite a bit of speed through here. And you see I'm trying to stop, and I just barely stop before I come to the building. Corvette brakes. So as I drive back to pits, the car's making a weird noise. I don't know if you can hear that. Nah, it's not making right now. It only makes it every once in a while. It's coming from the rear. Something doesn't sound right. Oh, yep, there it makes it. So hard to tell. Hope that doesn't mean the car's damaged. Anyway, I gotta get back because I'm supposed to be working right now, but I left my food in the trailer. So after that last run, David found me. He said that both of his kids were out there on course, and they said that Station 5 called a cone on me, but there was no cone. There's also a late call, according to some other people. So I didn't think I hit a cone. Check the footage, but I don't think I hit the cone. Anyway, time to do some timing. Well, that ends it for the day. Top time of the day. Now, there's some contention on one of my runs saying I hit a cone or didn't hit a cone. So I had 2 runs that were faster than any other car. So even if that cone counts, I still have top time of the day. It just changes packs a little bit, I think. But packs didn't seem right. Anyway, I ended up contacting the club president and telling him to put the cone on my time, which did adjust packs and gave Ethan the #1 place in packs. And Ethan's one hell of a driver. Still, top time of the day. I think I was doing pretty good. Really starting to learn these Hoosiers. On my last run, or not my last run, after my last run, driving back to the trailer, I don't know if I put the clip in here because you can't really tell on the video, but my car is making some pretty bad noises, anything above 15 miles an hour. So that's a problem. And people are also telling me they thought I was rolling coal like a diesel truck out there because the car was blowing black smoke. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick that up or not, but we'll see. Maybe the car is having some damn problem. I think it's just I put too much oil in the system. It's probably the issue. I don't know. It's hard to tell how much oil is in it with the AX4. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, be my co-driver. Check back for more fast driving actions, and I'll see you on the next one. Another top finish day. So here's my car rolling coal. Like, look at that. Puff of black smoke. It's a little bit cleaner than it was. Oh well. I think that's just oil, but I don't know. course, so coming home, I was on the 405 getting onto the 5, and apparently a car came through the side of the highway there and hit the fence. It was like a 6-foot fence, so it was bent out into the roadway, and I swerved as much as you can with the 1,200-pound trailer, and luckily this is all that it hit. It scraped through there really hard and bent the crap. And luckily it still works, but I don't know how. Like, you can see how messed up that is. And then on this side, you can, I don't know how much you can see it. Yeah, I dented in the trailer. Luckily I didn't take that out. And luckily it still works, but that was not fun.